Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu. Hang on a second. Hello YouTube, this is Out of the Cave Philosophy. And I see every year that some of my friends and some people on Instagram and Facebook have a real bone to pick with Halloween. They say it's satanic or pagan and that no believing Christian should celebrate it. I want to bring some talking points to make argument against this. Now, if your argument is that Halloween is pagan or is too pagan and that we should stay away from it, I think that you have I think you're being inconsistent. But let's just talk about Halloween. What is Halloween? Halloween is the eve before All Saints Day. It's on the liturgical calendar, and kind of like how we have Christmas Eve and then Christmas, All Hallows Eve, Halloween is the eve before All Saints Day. What is All Saints Day? All Saints Day is the celebration of the saints and martyrs. Martyrs. I know I can't talk correctly. I have a speech impediment. So when we celebrate Halloween, we're actually celebrating the day before the actual holiday. Now, like I said, this is on the liturgical calendar, which liturgical, I think, is just a fancy word of saying service, like you're going to a service. And just because it's on the liturgical calendar and you're not part of a liturgical church, let's just say you're Protestant and not Catholic, doesn't mean that it's automatically bad. Now, you might not believe in praying the saints or celebrating the saints or what have you, but there's some good things on the liturgical calendar, like Trinity Sunday. So it's not all bad. You kind of have to sift through what you want to acknowledge or not. But just know that Halloween is more of a Catholic holiday, and the All Saints Day is not pagan at all. It has no pagan influence whatsoever. It's purely Christian. So now that we got that out of the way, there are some who believe that Halloween is too pagan. It's satanic. And I would make the argument that if you do away with Halloween, you don't acknowledge it because it is satanic or pagan and it's not giving glory to God, then you would have to give up the days of the week. Keep in mind, we have Sunday, which is the sun's day. We have Monday, the moon day. Those are not big problems, but what about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday? These are all names of pagan gods. You got two, which is a North god, I believe. I'm not so familiar with two, but Wednesday is Woden's Day, which is the Anglo-Saxon version of Odin. And then you got Thursday, Thor, the hammer, Thursday. And that is literally the day of Thor. That day belongs to him. And then Friday. So if you're going to do away with Halloween because it's too pagan, then you're going to have to do away with the days of the week. Now I'm going to cut to the quick here. If you're going to say that the days of the week are too pagan, we shouldn't acknowledge those days of the week. Well, here's another problem you have. Hell. Hell is a pagan goddess of hell, the underworld. In Norse mythology, and I'm assuming Anglo-Saxon, there was a goddess named Hel, usually spelled with one L, I believe, and she is the goddess of the location, the underworld, named after her, Hell. So, that is a Germanic word. Even the word hell has pagan roots. Now, I am by no means saying that we should do away with the word hell. I'm not saying we should do away with the days of the week or Halloween. I believe that, first off, communication would be impossible if we did away with the days of the week, the English language. So, I have no problem saying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because when I say it, you're not thinking, oh, those days belong to those pagan gods. You might now, but you're saying that is the fourth day of the week, so on and so forth. I don't think it's wrong to use the word hell to describe the place of torment, because the majority of people, when they think of hell, even people who are non-believers, they think of the place of torment in Christian theology. I think in the Quran they use Gehenna. I don't know about the Jewish Bible, but I think, or the Old Testament, they might use Gehenna. But as far as the English language is concerned, we heard, we were translating the Bible, and we're like, hey, we got a word for that kind of place. It's called hell, so we use that terminology. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So, like I said, my argument is, if you think Halloween is too pagan to celebrate, then you'll probably be inconsistent when it comes to the days of the week, and so on and so forth. I also would like to argue, what is satanic or pagan of giving candy to people dressed up as ninjas, princesses, and so on and so forth? This, those something in Samhain that people usually reference as the origin of trick-or-treating, but what they do in Samhain is they offer food and drink to the gods, or not the gods, the departed souls, the spirit realm, which is thinned, the veil of the spirit world is thinned during the fall time period, and that's not really trick-or-treating. You don't have people coming to your house asking for treats. What I think trick-or-treating comes from is the Catholic Church, and people would go souling. They would go door to door asking for bread, maybe beer, treats, fruit, nuts. In exchange for these nuts and fruits and stuff, they would pray for the people in purgatory so they won't have to spend as much time in purgatory. Or they not pray for those individual people so they don't have to stay in purgatory. So, you know, that seems to me to be the origin of Halloween. Now, I've confronted someone on Instagram when they were talking bad about Halloween. I said, you know, Halloween is a Catholic holiday, right? It's not pagan. They said, well, Catholicism is a perversion of Christianity. I was like, well, maybe so, but it is not what you think of when you say Satan worshiping. You know, it's not like dressing in robes and sacrificing chickens and casting spells. That's not what it's about. And I just want to clarify that. So that's it. That's the video. That's the fastest I've ever talked about this subject. I don't want to drag on too long. This is this is Out of the Cave Philosophy, and I'm out.